Three, two, one, go. Okay, now we're recording. All right. So before 2 weeks ago we talked about coming up with a mock-up of our product, is to brainstorm and see different ideas on how we're gonna build our product and how we're gonna show our product to an investor. This is the mock-up that I came about. Um, Everything here are just pictures. There's no back end. Everything is just for visual representation of our product. And I want to share this with you so you can uh, see this before our meeting, so you can at least have some time to evaluate, criticize, or add any ideas. And also, we can incorporate your ideas into this, or something that you don't like, you like, stuff like that. So let's go over what we're showing here. This is our mock-up. This big space right here is where our model and design will show. On the left side, you can see the property windows where people can change and modify the properties of their design and analysis. On the top is our main features. You can see the first on the top left is code analysis. Code analysis will evaluate the design against all the codes and standards that they added to their project. So, every project has multiple agencies and codes and standards that they need to achieve. This function will check all of those codes and standards and show items that they meet and items that they didn't meet, so they can fix their design. Next button is code and search. Code and search is where they can search for codes and standards that apply to their project. For example, someone's project is located in Nevada. This will allow you to search all the codes and standards that apply to your project based on that location. Code Builder. The next button is Code Builder. Code Builder allows the user to create their own codes and standards. It allows to create their own criteria, because some projects have their specialized criteria depending on the requirements of that project. So that will allow them to create their own criteria. Also, agencies and government agencies can now create their own criteria and publish it. Now, it will let them publish their own criteria by using the code builder. So there's a lot of potential for this function right here, the code builder. The second button is the project codes. This is a list of all the codes and standards that you want to analyze in your project. So when you click this, it will show all the list that applies to your project. So you can control, add, remove, and all that management for your codes and standards. Load design loads the CAD design. So stepping back, civil engineers use AutoCAD Civil 3D, and for them to use PipeX, they will have to export that into a PipeX file, and then once they exported their AutoCAD drawing into PipeX file, then we can load their design using this load design button. And then their design will be imported into PipeX, And then PipeX can now analyze their design. All right. Let me just show that in Paint so you can see what I'm talking about. So we have AutoCAD, and then we have PipeX, and then people can export their AutoCAD design into a PipeX file. And then PipeX can load that file into the PipeX application. All right. So let's start by loading that PipeX file. So open that, click that, it'll let the users pick that file, and it's somewhere here, P. Anyway, let's say we already loaded it and the design is now showing in our PipeX. Once the design is already loaded in PipeX, you can now search for codes. You want to get codes that apply to your PipeX. Let me go back a little bit. So we're going to click code search, and then it will let them put in their address for their project. Henderson, Nevada, and it'll let them pick what additional categories of codes and standards that they want to see. So here we have government agencies, utility providers, developers, and contractors. These are pre-built codes and standards that people build or even PipeX build themselves. So they can filter that in. So we'll pick government agencies and utility providers. And then when we hit search, now it's showing all those filters that we set here on the search filters, and you can see there's Clark County Water Reclamation for Sewer, Las Vegas Valley Water District. There's government agencies, Clark County Public Works, Clark County Building Department, so on and so forth. All right. So now they can pick what they want. Here, Clark County Water Reclamation. You want to add to your project? Yes. Las Vegas Valley. Add to your project? Yes. Building Department. Add to your project? Yes. Okay. Once they're done, so when they open their project codes, now you can see all the codes that they added to their project. They can also build their own codes and standards by clicking Code Builder button, and then they set up the general information for their code and standards. Let's call this Gavin's code. Let's fill up the description. They can fill up the address as well. City, Las Vegas, State, Nevada. And then you can create that. Once you have the descriptions, you can click create, and it will let you create your own criteria. So let's create our own first criteria. Let's say we can say minimum of water pipe diameter is greater than 8 inches, right? And then when you click add, you can see it's added here at the bottom. So now you can just keep populating different criterias for your codes and standards. And once you're done, you can hit build code. And now if you open your project codes, you can see the codes that we just created. So now once you have all your codes and standards set up, now we can start our code analysis to analyze our design. So when you click code analysis, it's looking at all the codes and standards and checking your design based on that. And then once it's done, you can see all the codes and standards that we set up. You have Clark County Water Reclamation Districts. It says passed 47 codes achieved and 7 codes failed. So now you have a good summary of all the codes and standards. And you can click that code and see all the criteria that you meet and all the criteria that you did not meet in one summarized window right here, one summarized table. And also, if you scroll down, you can see our own codes and standards that we created right there. Right, let me know what you think. Looking forward to talking with you guys. Take care. Bye.